Mother, please, can it be about me? If it's not always so much about you, you will be able to see what your kids are going through. If it's not always so much about you, you'll take the time to find out what's going on in their schools. If it's not always so much about you, you'd move those dark clouds from their lives so that their skies are always blue. If it's not always so much about you, when it comes to motherhood, you'd have some semblance of a clue. If it's not always so much about you, your child will have a life that's rich, even if dollars are few. If it's not always so much about you, God will show you what to do to bring your child through. Mother, please, can it be about me? Now, this is about a young man trying to get loose from his mother to get a life, his own life. It's called You Wicked Mother. Are you free? Are you really free? Did you wash all that dirt off you from your family's tree? Did you get yourself untangled from that willow's mess? Did you tell that wicked mother that you're out of her nest? Are you free? Are you really free? Did you wash all that dirt off you from your family's tree? Now this is my other theme poem. It's called The Lingering Effects of the Transatlantic Slave Trade. Those lingering effects of the transatlantic slave trade and the predictable effects by those designers of the poor, their institutionalized hatred perpetrated throughout time beset the lives of the poor on whom they had declared war. They designated a place in every city and state, ghettos exactly the same no matter how far you came, targeted those who believe a people trying to live free, people that slavery had already brought to their knees. When the oppressed cried out to God and said, please, those defiling heathen bastards turned on God with ease. They reached deep down into the dark of their abusive past, tried to corrupt God's sacred spirit by converting it into cash. How they subdued and abused their targeted few through those lingering effects of that transatlantic slave trade. The economics of slavery is the wealth generated at the expense of denying a people their freedom. The economics of slavery. Let there be light, damn it. Why? Because God's word said that he would not have us be ignorant, and because he would not have us perish for lack of knowledge. No apologies here. Good poetry's going to piss off every living, breathing body unless you're really honest and have done all you could possibly do to protect the human rights of all races, creeds, and colors, not just the rights of only those directly related to you. Why you need a degree. You ask what caused us all this time not to win. Your subtle, invisible foot of oppression, always given with a grin. Our money came in spells as our expenses came up. A comedian said, thank God for bills, or he never would have seen any of that stuff. You could work 2 jobs to try to dip into that well, but abundance you'd never see unless you're selfish as hell. Abusive ways have finally subtly let up because they've gotten all the money. There is no more to be got. Now that's the war that all those haters were determined to win, to make sure that God's people would be poor again and again, because if ever there was a sign of oil or gold, send those troops in there, y'all, because that regime has got to go. We've got to set those people free from their oil and gold with democracy. I don't want to be poor no more because of your war. Cry, cry, Louisiana. Hurricane hit Louisiana. Poor people were not amongst evacuees. Our city spent millions on our basketball phenom, then said, Lord, bring our franchise a winning season this year, please. They're walking in circles in flooded waters, waiting, looking for help that had not been sent, while we're spending billions for research on programs cloning sheep and creating what God already did invent. There's snakes and alligators in that water they're walking in. We'll send more troops to Iraq, because that's a war we've got to win. We've got to remain the richest nation, so you poor people will be left behind. We've got gated communities safe from those troubles, and on hoarding money, well, I've got mine. That flood destroyed the coast and most of the city. Somebody said that graves rose above the sea. Is the Lord speaking louder than he has about sin? With their greed so out of control, lest he steps in, they're gonna miss it again. A hurricane hit old Louisiana. Poor people were not amongst evacuees. They're scattered throughout the South and most of Texas. Lord, step in for their relief and help those poor people, please. Daybreak, when night and mankind were just a little slow letting go of the darkness. Can you even spell compassion? Can you even spell compassion, peeking out the box your religion is in? Does your clergy, priest, or rabbi consider the poor in cities near the ones that they live in? They send money across the world to little children who are Indian, while human rights of the poor are being suppressed in cities near the ones that they live in. Your women look the other way, exuding racial bigotry. Rabbis, priests, and clergy slap on halos because they're goody for the world to see. Can you spell the word compassion, saying what goes on, it doesn't pertain to me? Determined to remain as quiet as a mouse till trouble comes personally to visit your house. Can you even spell that word compassion, bombing people to view on your own TV? You're not opening your mouth, not even for an opinion, since it didn't affect your little family. The spirit of the holidays that year were canceled. How dare you gather thanking God for your safe spot? While their homes and lives were being exploded, did you believe you'd miss the contagion of that rot? Can you even spell that word compassion? Look it up. Yes, read. You need to see what it means. Because I'm godly concerned about all you people. Concerned about what your heartless actions really mean. Oh, my black people. Oh, my black people. You didn't make the beds you lay in. We, just like white folk, had dreams and desires of getting ahead. Our minds did swell with excitement at the chance to make a buck. Excitement swelled from our bodies, thinking all we needed was a little good luck. What we didn't know was that Charlie threw barricades up and down our roads, calling them interesting, diverse ethnic flavor that separated the races through bigotry and Jim Crow. Don't let anybody put those thoughts in your head that we're a lazy, shiftless people who aren't decent and don't want to get ahead. You just go on being black people, the colorful folk God made you to be. You just shake off any false pretense, and baby, you just be you, and I sure will be just me.